Hello everyone and welcome back to the United Star. We're back with another FPL video and today we're looking at the 5 mistakes to avoid. You all are making your first drafts and these are some things that we should avoid. And the season's almost here and we have Shivan here with us to tell us. So take it away, Shivan.
Yeah, so now with the season starting, there's some maybe new FPL players. So here are some things that like rookies might need to avoid. So the first thing is playing your chips too early. So we all have two wildcards. We have triple captain, bench boost, and free hit. Now the mistake many people make is they play it too early in the opening game weeks. And that's a mistake because you want to save them for later. Because later on in the season you have double game weeks. You have like say 15 teams playing 15 matches instead of 10 matches. There can be one your captain playing twice, so like Salah playing 2 home games, something like that. So the first main advice is keep player chips early. Don't use them all out and start, and then catch up later. Like you have to catch up later. So just be patient and keep your chips in hand.
Shivan, this season more so, especially with your wildcard and your free hit with Corona and everything, yet very
Yeah,
prevalent. We don't know which team might not play in a particular game week or which player might suddenly not be able to participate, especially after these international breaks. What happens?
yeah.
A lot of it is going to be very confusing. So I completely agree with you in that sense. What else do you think managers should avoid?
The second one I'd say is probably being reactive. So say in game week 1, someone really has a great fixture. So say a couple of years ago, Arsenal played Leicester in the first game week. Granit Xhaka got 2 assists. Everyone thinks, oh, he's going to be a great option this year, and then he doesn't get an assist for the rest of the season. So don't be too reactive. Don't look at a person having one good game week and get him in. If you look at like a 5-6 game week period where players are consistent and then get them in. Don't look at 1 or 2 game weeks when a player's done well. Anyone can do well in 1 or 2 game weeks. It's about the long run, which we are concerned about in FPL. So don't be too reactive with your transfers.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also don't remove a player, if they don't
Yeah,
do well.
yeah,
Like suddenly you bring in a Bruno Fernandes and you've thought why you've brought him in, right? So just don't get rid of him unnecessarily.
yeah. So the next one I'd say is probably making early transfers. I like to make transfers, say, only 1 or 2 days before the deadline because you never know what can happen. Someone can get injured, they can play a match, they can get a red card. So a couple of years ago, I remember Sergio Aguero got injured going to a concert in Spain. He had a car crash. So you never know, some things can happen like that and they can derail your FPL team. So don't make your transfers say on a Sunday or Monday of the game week. Try and wait till later on because there might be new information. Manager might change his tactics, something like that. So the longer you wait, the better chance you have of making a better decision. So don't make those early rage transfers. Like you have a player and you just want to get him out of your team, so you get him out on the Sunday. Wait, be patient, and then make a transfer later in the week.
Also, don't make a transfer before the player has played because you'd never know what's going to happen. Imagine you bring a player in and he plays on Sunday. You make a transfer on Saturday, you plays on Sunday, he gets injured. Imagine you have a player, he scores
Yeah.
a hat trick, and you've gotten him out on Saturday and he scores a hat trick on Sunday. So you never know what's going to happen. Just wait it out. I think I did that once last season. I got Son in because I was worried that the price would increase slightly, and then he went and got a red card. Luckily for me, it was appealed and he didn't get banned. But yeah, sure, go on.
Yeah. So the next one is having points on the bench. So you want most of your points on the field. So don't keep say 7 million, 6 million players on your bench. One is fine, but keep most of your money on the field. Like you have 100 million budget, you don't have that much. So don't waste that on spending say 5 million defender on the bench, something like that. Keep cheap players on your bench and keep all the money and all the value on the field where gives you maximum point chances of scoring points. You don't want to end up having 10, 15 points on your bench every week because that's not going to help you gain up the ranks. You want most of your money on the field. So that's how you should look at. Look at having maybe 12, 13 players who play every week and have 2, 3 cheap ones who it doesn't matter if they play or not.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the most logical thing to do. Why would you want your
Yeah.
points on the bench?
And the final one I'd say is plan. So don't go into this without planning. Look at the 3, 4 fixtures ahead. Look at which players have a good run. Look at which players tend to do well in these sort of teams. Look at if there's a change in tactics. Say a couple of years ago, Antonio Conte shifted to a 3 at the back after a couple of bad game weeks, and then suddenly Marcus Alonso became a great asset in FPL. Things like that. Look at Jamie Vardy's next 5 fixtures. If he has a good run, get him in. If a player doesn't have a good, if his player is doing well right now, but has 3 tough away fixtures against the big six, don't look to get them in. So that's probably one thing that people don't do. People are too short-sighted. So I'd say actually plan ahead and then make your transfers. Don't be too reactive. So that's
Right.
my last and most important one, probably.
Yeah, and this is very important because often you bring in players who've had, like, say for example, they score a couple of goals and then you think that, oh, the form's going to continue, but you haven't looked at their fixtures. Let's say that, for example, Aubameyang in the first 2 games let's say he gets 5 goals in the first 2 games, and then you
Yeah.
just bring him in without looking at the fixtures, and then suddenly you realize, oh, this player I need to transfer out again. So it's
Yeah.
definitely important to plan, but also be flexible with your plan, because you never know when the next Timo Pukki or Mikhail Antonio is going to pop up, and you
Yeah.
might need to bring these guys in. Shivan has covered it very well as to what you all should do. And if you all are watching our FPL videos for the first time, do look at the link in the description. It is to the United Star Mini League, the winner of which gets a jersey of their choice for next season. Stay tuned to our channel for more and more tips so that you all can actually win your mini FPL mini leagues or the United Star Mini League. And all the best, because the season's starting soon now, and we hope to see you all around. Thank you.
Yeah.